Hey YouTube, it's me, Nikki, checking in for my 5th week weight loss surgery update video. This week I am down to 294.8 pounds. So I've lost a couple pounds, but it's been a really, really tough week for me. And I'm doing this weight loss journey vlog slash my blog to really talk about everything that goes on. Not just the good stuff, not the going shopping and getting smaller clothes and losing weight, but the hard parts too. So, unfortunately, some parts of this week's update aren't like the liveliest or happiest, but I feel like in this community, the support comes from being there for one another. I was going to say through thick and thin, but um, there might be a better way to say that. Through the good and the bad. There we go. First, on a good note, I remember I ended the last video by saying that I was going to get a tattoo that day, and I did. It's still healing. I don't know how to best show that. It's a little chair. It's a reminder to get out of the chair and live life. Um, Maybe that helps. Um, and to just really never forget to live life as full as I can and have fun and all that exciting good stuff because I can get a little stuck and staying in and being isolated, and that's no fun. So that's my reminder to just get out and have a good time. Get the most out of life that I can. Get out of the chair and go do it. So that was fun. Went with a couple of friends and got that. We each ended up getting a tattoo. There's three of us, so that was kind of a cool bonding experience. Two of us had gotten tattoos at the same time before, but it was great to bring in Lisa too to hang out with me and she, and for her to get a tattoo as well. Um, but as I was saying, tattoos aside, this week was really tough for me, and that was probably because I didn't see the scale move for like, it's been a week. So I would say like 5 days there was no movement on the scale. I did really good in going to the gym this week. I went 3 times this week, and on Monday I burned like 800 and something calories. It was ridiculous. On Tuesday I burned like 600, and then I went on Friday yesterday and just did like 350, which was a light workout for me. But I'm getting into getting back on the treadmill, and so I do elliptical and then weights and then treadmill. Um, because I've heard that cardio weights cardio helps you to burn fat. So going to the gym felt really good. I needed it. This week was rough. This week was tough, and I know that going to the gym was part of it of why I didn't see the scale move, because I know that when I gain muscle, my weight goes up. So I'm probably gonna get frustrated by the stalls that are happening whenever I'm getting some muscle mass back. But I know that I need to get muscle. I want to be as toned as I can be so that hopefully if I have to do skin removal, hopefully I won't. But if I have to, it won't be as much. I'd like to be as toned as possible. But that was rough. Other things, first, I would like to say that I stand in support and solidarity with the students at the University of Missouri, which, if you've seen some of my older videos, you know I was wearing a Mizzou shirt, Mizzou sweatshirt, and one of them because that is my alma mater. I love that school very dearly, and I had a really good experience in my 4 years at Mizzou, almost 5 years living in Columbia, and I'm very disheartened by the situation there, but I want to show my support for the protesters and the students. Um, Also, show support for those in Paris and Beirut. When news stories like that are happening, and they're more and more frequent this year, um, it's hard to stay positive. I attribute staying positive to a lot of my success and what's going on with weight loss surgery and my journey. And sometimes when you're hearing things like that and you're hearing news like that, it's really, really difficult to stay in that positive mindset. Um, so that I think was a big part of me not losing as much weight as I'm used to. I know there are stalls, so I just want to reiterate that I know that the weight doesn't just fall off and keep falling off and keep falling off. Um, but that was tough. That was tough to stay in a mentally positive space. Um, that said, when things like this are in the news, when I'm not feeling my best, I was dumping a lot this week. Just something was not right with my stomach pouch. I don't know if I had had a big meal early in the week or what, but I there was one day where I had to run to the bathroom to throw up 3 times that day, and so pretty much after breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Um, that gets tough. That gets hard. And it leads to me getting into this place that I was before I started my weight loss journey where I would isolate myself and I used to go and grab a bag of chips and eat in my room, go and get a pack of cigarettes and smoke in my apartment, and go and get a couple bottles of wine. And that's how I would survive the tough times, not really realizing, or maybe realizing but not caring, that all of those were probably attributing to my depression and my isolation. I'm a very social person, so I like to go out and have a good time and meet new people. And when I'm not doing that, I get really down. Yes, I see a therapist about it. So that helps, and that helps me to stay in a positive mental space. Um, but that was a little bit of that was going on this week, where it's starting to get cold in Chicago and people start pairing off and doing the couple thing, doing Netflix and chill. And I am single as single can be right now. And for a minute there, I thought, I hadn't left my apartment like a month plus. On weekends, I would just watch Apple TV and hang out or watch TV, watch movies. And I was getting to a place where I was like, okay, I can't drink. I can't smoke. I can't eat. Sorry, my cat's making weird noises. That's why I made that face. I can't eat. I can't. I don't have anyone to hang out with. I'm bored. I'm lonely. And I'm starting to feel myself going into a negative space. But that said, I feel like I realize that I'm someone who does need to get out of the house, even if it's cold. It's Chicago. I know it's going to be cold. I've got several coats. I'm prepared for this. I have a big thing about not going out alone to social spaces a lot. I get really weird about walking into bars by myself. But I told myself, I got this tattoo for a reason. I really want to just go do it. If I want to go do it, I want to go do it. So I made myself go out last night. I met up with a nice gentleman for a beverage, which I drank a beer. Well, I drank a beer and a half actually throughout the course of the evening. Um, and I was feeling it this morning, which is really funny. But I met up with a nice young gentleman from OkCupid for a beer, and he was very sweet, and maybe we'll hang out again, maybe not, I'm not sure, but it was my first date since I made myself go back on OkCupid, and I had a really good time. He was really nice and really educated and really intellectual and good conversationalist. I liked it. Um, Maybe I'll see him again, maybe not, I don't know. Um, but after that, while I was out with him, I got a text from one of my friends saying she was at a party. And so I went to that and hung out with some friends and met some new people. And it was exactly what I needed. And then this morning I went to brunch with some friends that I hadn't seen for a little bit. And I just needed that. I really need to be around people. I'm a social being. And so I find that when I get down on myself, when it gets colder and colder in Chicago, as it tends to do, I'm just going to force myself to go out to go socialize, to go do something. Um, that's what I need. So all of that kind of attributed to me having a week that was kind of tough. But I know that that's part of it. I know that surgery doesn't cure everything. Surgery doesn't cure things that are going on in your head. Surgery doesn't cure feelings of loneliness that you used to deal with food or drinking or smoking. So, sobriety and learning how to have healthy eating patterns, it's going to be tough sometime. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And I'm actually kind of sugarcoating it because I could have got a lot more real in this video than I just did. But to end on a positive message, I know that I'm going through all this for a reason. I know that I'm becoming a better person throughout this process. So I'm just looking for ways to stay positive and to stay, up, even when things around me or things that are going on with me or things that are going on in the world can be really negative. So hopefully you had a much better week than I did, and hopefully it ended on a positive note, like going out with your friends or going on a date or just doing something that made you happy. And please subscribe. I'd love to get more subscribers and share our stories with each other. And I will see you next week. Bye.